Well, good evening, children. It is I, Aranuth, who come once more to visit you. I trust you can see some of us, perhaps all of us. And I have brought friends with me this evening. The friends that I have that accompany me are not from your accepted spiritual realm, even though they have the same ideals and goals for not just you souls incarnate, but for your planet and everything upon it. They are of a parallel stream, shall we say, a parallel stream of evolution. Now the parallel stream, I use that term, parallel stream is what you would term of galactic origins. Now often we in the realms hear of you speaking of galactics. Many times you are mistaken about your galactics. They are not what you perceive them to be. However, they do exist, not in several forms, but in many, many forms. There are many galactic, as you call them, there are many galactic realms. You have quite a number of space, as you say, space brothers and sisters, entities from other realms, much more advanced than your realm, and they are here to help you. Now, for those of you that have the eyes to see, you will notice that there are not just you physical incarnates here today, there are many others from the spiritual stream, those through the veil. We have several ascended masters here behind me who are all part of the Crystal Brotherhood. Not only that, we are accompanied by those from the galactic realms who would like to make themselves known to you and also make known to you what their task is, what they will be contributing to your planet and your life in coming times. Now the person that I have beside me, who will be feeding me, shall we say, feeding me some information, is from a realm that you possibly have never heard of, and it is called Quera. Now these Querans are a very peaceful, peace-loving nation, or race as you might say. The Querans have a charter to assist us, ascended masters from the spiritual realm, embed peace on earth, peace. They are here to help assist with embedding peace on your planet in your time frame, not after you have left this earthly level, plane, but in your time right now. It is not only happening now, it has been happening for quite some time. You are unaware of it, and we would expect that, other than those who can see not just behind the veil, but see through several layers of the veil. Now, where we are at this point in time is your planet has been undergoing dramatic changes for a considerable period of time. As it undergoes these changes, it has been meeting numerous challenges of every colour and every vibration. You are being bombarded with challenges from all quarters. Now, the human race, as it were, the human race as a whole are not armed, personally armed, to counter these challenges, these energy incursions by beings who are not here for your benefit, that is certain. However, those beings are being contained and rebuffed. Of course, it takes a superior force to rebuff them, and we, from the spiritual realm, oftentimes ask for assistance from other races, other nations, other beings of various energy levels and energy composition. Because you see, you are energy, all is one is all. However, there are variations in the composition of the energies. So we have these wonderful beings from Quera who are here, have held their hand up to assist us to embed peace on your planet in your time. Now, from time immemorial, there has been those entities, shall we say, those beings who have been prompted and driven by the insatiable need for power, insatiable greed for wealth. These beings only have their own self-interests at heart, and certainly not your interests. Unfortunately, those beings come to this planet to discover for themselves that being here, having their own self-interest at heart, is a road to nowhere. They come here to do an entire incarnation, an earth walk, packed with experiences and lessons. And at the end of that term, that lesson, that life, they discover it was all in vain. All in vain. Because they were not in the knowingness that there are many great beings of love and light from various realms, as I have just spoken, who opposed them. And so those beings, which you say with negative aspects, those beings find out for themselves, it takes them one whole incarnation plus several more sometimes, to learn that your planet and the universe is there for all. It is there for one, it is there for all. They are part of the oneness, part of the allness. They may share in it, but they may not take all of it. They share in it. So now, those beings learn a hard lesson. Many of them return to your planet in another incarnation to attempt once again to thwart the Creator's plan. They do not have the knowledge, they do not have the power, they will never succeed. However, while they are learning their lesson, they can make things quite difficult for incarnates, physical incarnates. And so we have them coming again. There is another wave of them here on your planet right now who are attempting to take control of everything. They wish to subjugate you. They wish to keep you in slavery, as it were. They wish to own everything, to be everything, to have everything, to control everything, and that is a pathway to nowhere. They will learn that in time. However, going back to the Quairans, this Quairan group, it's a very select group. It's a very small group. It does not have the scope, the breadth, the width, the depth. It does not have any of those parameters enjoyed by many other galactic races, which you might call Syrians, Pleiadians, so on and so forth. However, those from Quairan, they have peace and love in their heart, and they wish to instill it here, embed it here, on your planet, for your benefit, not for their benefit, your benefit. Of course, they receive a benefit as such, simply because they have succeeded in helping you. They have succeeded in helping this planet. They have succeeded in helping the population of this planet. And they feel that they have a benefit there because they have assisted you to embed love and light on your planet. Now, in coming days, you are going to continue to experience various challenges, various difficulties, and I might remind you that the way to confront all challenges and difficulties is with acceptance, love, and light. No judgment, no retaliation. That is of a negative aspect. You do not have to retaliate. You do not have to get even. You do not need to punish anyone. Everything is in divine order. Every soul incarnate is walking its own pathway for its own purpose and its own experience. And its experience and its purpose is one of learning. They are learning that the universe and the multiverses are powered by and consist of the Creator's love and light. That is it. There is no thing, there is no power greater than the Creator's love and the Creator's light. Many souls incarnate are yet to learn that. They are yet to discover that. And of course, many of them are learning it the hard way. Into your future, and you do have a future without fear, without negativity. What you see is a facade. What you look at in your reality, what it appears to be, is simply a facade. Because do not be forgetting that your media loves nothing better than fear. They love nothing better than stirring up fear, perpetuating it, That's what sells. That's what sells. Doom, gloom, negativity, fear. So that's what they promote. But that's a facade. That's a facade. Behind that is the true reality. Behind that is your true reality. What is your true reality? Where do you come from? You were breathed forth as a spark of light by the Creator force. So you are light. Everything is light. Everything is composed of light. Anything that is not of the light cannot and will not exist for any longer than is necessary. Now, sometimes we use these, shall we say, negative and fear aspects for a very, very good purpose. It's a learning purpose for all souls incarnate. Nothing is wasted. So while the fear, the doom, the negativity's out there, that's your challenge. That's your challenge. So you are confronted with this as a challenge, challenging you to rise above it, challenging you to recognize, to realize that that is not the way of the Creator, and as such cannot and will not last. It will crumble and fall away. What will last is the continuation of the light. The power of the light, the power of love. That will always win, always succeed. And darkness must recede from light. Universal truth. Darkness must recede from light. So we bring the light in. And when we bring the light in, all that which is of the dark must recede. And the light will drive the darkness back into oblivion. Oblivion. So now on your planet, you are being challenged somewhat. The biggest challenge is for you to see behind that negative facade, that one of fear and doom and gloom. Look behind that. See and know that the light always wins. Because nothing else can beat the light. It's the light all the time. So while people are looking at negative aspects of various situations in various places in the world, they should be looking behind that. They should be knowing that these negative activities are put before you to present you with an opportunity to see and know and believe and put into action the light. How do you put the light into action? Through your positivity. Through your positivity. If you are and remain positive in the light, you will always overcome any challenges of what is called or perceived to be the dark. Now don't forget, I just said all of those challenges of the dark are there for you. It's a learning tool for you. It's a learning tool. It's allow you to look at it, know that that is not of the light, know that you have the power, that you have the light within you, know that you have the ability, like a supreme alchemist, you have the ability to go beyond and behind all that negativity and implant light. Apply light. Apply the principles of light, the power of the light. It goes on and on and on. Light continues to expand. You, if you use the light, will continue to expand. So, what are you human incarnates doing here? Learning to grow and expand in the light, with the light, as light beings, as powerful, positive light beings. That's your task. That's your task. Now, into the future, you will have a continuation of what is perceived as negative happenings that having a downtrodden effect on the population. You can step around that, you can overcome that, because it is you. It's the light workers who are in charge. It is you that are in charge. You have the power, you have the light. So when a situation arises that is rather distasteful, perhaps perceived as being tragic, I would suggest to you that you examine that situation, that tragedy, that happening. I would suggest that you examine it very, very carefully. Put it under your microscope and see what constitutes that tragedy. When you look deeply into it, you will see every aspect of that supposedly negative fear, tragedy, is a grand opportunity for the planet to learn, to grow, to go ahead. So do not form negative opinions of what you perceive to be negative happenings. Have a look and ask yourself, what lesson is that revealing to me? There's always a lesson in it. Don't take it at face value. Look deeper into it. Look behind it. Ask yourself, what is this going to teach me? What opportunity is this going to present me with? Having now identified that as an opportunity for me to exercise my power, will I have the courage and the determination to take the path of the light and overcome that particular happening, tragedy, whatever? Always look at it, not in a judgmental manner, but as an opportunity to grow. And once you start looking at it as an opportunity to grow, you disempower the perceived negativity attached to that instance, that issue, that happening. So you can take the wind out of its sails, so to speak, by looking at negative happenings and tragedies across the planet and saying, I see you for what you really are. I look into you and I see you for what you really are. You are a learning opportunity for a great number of souls, you are presenting me and many other incarnates such as myself with the opportunity to dig deep into my bag of tricks, pull out all my powers, use those powers to turn one of negativity to one of positivity. So in every happening, there are North Pole and South Pole. Reverse the polarity and you reverse the situation. Reverse the polarity, so you go from perceived negativity back to positivity. And positivity wins every time. It always will, because positivity is of the light. And the light is the greatest power ever known. Not just on this planet, not just in the universe, not just for the multiverse, but for everything that you can conceive of as creation. And you are part of creation. You are not only part of creation, you are the creator. You are the creator. Now is your chance to put your creative ability, your creative powers to work. Put your creative powers to work. You have the creative power. It is powered by the light. You have the light. Put it to work. So when you are confronted with what could be perceived as adversity, overcome it. Because you know, being a creator and being of the light, that the light will always win, and you know that you will overcome that. You may not overcome it instantly, or tomorrow, or next week, because many of these things have a timeline to run, but you will overcome it. You will overcome it. And as long as you stay in the mode of positivity, the mode of creativity, in the light, you must win every time. It's a universal truth. The light wins every time. If you want to be a winner, get into the light, use the light, use the creative powers of the light. Wow, I'm in full voice today, am I not? Use the power of the light in every situation, every aspect of your life. Every breath you take, ensure that every breath is powered by the light. Every in-breath, you intake the light. Every out-breath, you exhale the light. And why should you not? You are light beings. You are beings of light, encased in this solid matter body. But you are light, first and foremost, light. So I suggest that you start using the light, start using the positivity of the light. And it's the power of the positivity, the absolute power. Use the absolute power and positivity of the light, and you must win, because there is no other outcome. There is no other outcome. The only reason why it does appear that the darker forces are winning is because those of the light are not applying their light to the situation. Whether they are dodging their responsibility or whether they are in fear of their own power or for whatever reason, you have the power, so you use it. So now we'll bring it back down to a very earthy level. I would suggest to you every day, in every situation, examine what is happening in your life, the life of your community, your nation, your planet. Examine what is happening. Understand that why it is happening, it is presenting itself as a lesson. So it presents as a lesson, presents as an opportunity, and the opportunity is there for all souls incarnate to practice the use of their own power, of the power of their own light, and know absolutely that you are not only on a winner, you are the winner. You are the winner because you are of the Creator's light. If you are of the light, you are the Creator. And if you are the Creator, you win. You win. That's as simple as that. Now then, not to put fear into you, you will find in the coming times there will be many, many attempts from all different quarters and angles to control your nation, yourself, every aspect of human life. There will always be those. They will always fail because they're all on a very short timeline. They're all on a very short timeline. Nothing of the dark, nothing of the negative has a long timeline. By now, in your daily life, surely you will have realized that the, shall we say, your perceived bad times don't last. They don't last long at all. They come into your life as an opportunity. Regardless of whether you take the opportunity or not, they are going to leave your life after a short period of time. Everything that is of the negative has a short timeline. Everything that is of the light, of the positivity, continues on and on and on, albeit interrupted every now and again by a short timeline of negativity. But the light always conquers. Always has. Always will. So I would suggest to you that you view happenings not as a negative, but as a positive, as an opportunity for growth, for you to grow. An opportunity for you to use your powers positively, and you will always come up with a good outcome. The outcome will always be good. The outcome will always be positive. And so, children, before I take my leave, I would just like to remind you once again that you will have continuing help from the Quairans, and not only that, into your very near future you will become more and more aware of what you call galactic activity. You will become more and more aware of the activities of various races from various galactic realms. There are no harm in them. There is no clear and present danger. It is those that are of the light who wish to make themselves known, and the Quairans are the quiet achievers. The Quairans are the quiet achievers, and they shall be there to help you at every turn of your pathway. And so I thank you for being here this evening. I thank you for hearing my words, reading my words. I do hope that you will go forth in the light with positivity and love. So, good evening, children. Thank you. Good evening.